Dear all, I am Dr. P.K. Devand, Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, RMK College of Engineering and Technology. In this video, I am going to outline the topics to be covered under the category of metrology and measurements, which is the most important subject for all mechanical engineers, since it has a wide range of applications in almost all the fields of engineering, medical, biomedical, aerospace, and other relevant industries. Industries cannot run without inspection. Inspection cannot be done without measurement. Measurement cannot be done without metrology. Metrology, in simple terms, it means science of measurement. So in this unit, in this subject, we are going to discuss various aspects of measurements from the beginning of basics, a linear measurement, angular measurement, latest methodologies, technologies adopted in measurements, form measurement, measurement of power flow and temperature with various applications. So such an interesting and ever needed subject for mechanical engineers, industrial engineers, quality engineers and scientists across the globe. For doing the research also, they depend on measurements. In all the fields of life, all the walks of life, we need measurements. So such an important subject we are having today, and we are going to discuss various aspects at different angles. So in simple terms, we classified the entire subject into 5 categories, like 5 units. In the first unit, we are going to discuss about basics of metrology. There we are going to see intro to metrology. What is the necessity for measurements? Metrology is nothing but science of measurements. What is the necessity? Why we have to go for measurements? And methods adopted in measurements. What are the elements of metrology, like standard, people, persons, workpiece, environment, all will influence the measurements. And characteristics of measuring instruments, that is another vital tool where we have to concentrate when we are dealing with metrology and measurements. The tools play the vital role. And errors, it is natural happening. Wherever we do some measurements, some errors will be there, but we have to see to that errors are within the limit. If errors are going beyond the limit, that is beyond the tolerance or fits and tolerance limit, then we have to concentrate and we have to bring it to the permissible limit. Errors cannot be avoided. It may be due to the instruments, it may be due to the measuring persons, it may be due to the workpiece, it may be due to the environment, and other factors are influencing the errors. So those cannot be avoided, fully avoided, but we can minimize the errors. And finally, we have the standards like line standard, end standard, gauge standard, and other things we are going to discuss under the category of basics of metrology. So in the second part of the metrology and measurements, we have linear and angular measurements. Yes. Linear measurement, the term itself gives the definition. If it is line and linear, angle and angular. So linear measurements will be measured along the lines, along the surface. If it is a flat, different types of linear measuring instruments are there, and different types of gauges we have, and design requirement for the gauges, and concepts of interchangeability, which is another important phenomena which governs the measurements. And the second part of the second unit goes on angular measurement, types of angular measuring instruments like bevel protractor, clinometers, angle gauges, spirit levels, sine bars, and the latest equipments like angle alignment telescope, autocalimeter, and their applications. These are some important topics we are going to cover under the second chapter called linear and angular measurements. The third, we have advances in metrology. The latest technologies as we come across in day-to-day life is laser. For play, for surgery, for other things also we have the laser light, laser beam. For running the shows we have the lasers. In many places we come across the laser technology, and here also we have that liberty to have lasers, which is advanced technology used in measurements. We are going to deal the basic concepts of laser interferometers and types of lasers, methodologies, applications of laser measurements, and straightness alignment, another concept, and coordinate measuring machine. That is another important topic we are going to cover, and basic concept of machine vision system, and finally we have the applications of advancement in metrologies. The unit 4 we have form measurement. Here we are going to deal with principles and methods of straightness, flatness measurement, thread measurement, gear measurement, surface finish measurement, roundness measurement, and applications of those measurements. We have different gauges, different instruments for carrying out these measurements: flatness, thread, gear, surface finish, and roundness. These are things we are going to cover in unit 4. Similarly, in the final unit, we have measurement of power, flow, and temperature. For force, torque, and power, we have different types of measuring tools, measuring methods like mechanical metrology, pneumatic, hydraulic, and electrical. There are 4 types of measuring techniques under the category of torque, power, and force. Force, torque, power can be measured by means of mechanical or pneumatic or hydraulic or by means of electrical. Similarly, we have flow measurement. Another category is a flow measurement. For that, we have the venturometer, orifice meter, rotometer, and pitot tube. These are the 4 tools, 4 instruments used for measuring the flow. And temperature, we have bimetallic strip, thermocouples, electrical resistance thermometer. These are the 3 ways and methodologies adopted in temperature measurement. Apart from these 3 categories, we have the reliability and calibration methodology, and finally we have readability and reliability. These are the 5 major topics which governs the metrology and measurements. So with this I conclude this video. In the next video we will be dealing with chapter wise, and I will give you maximum possible demonstrations, applications, and very few minutes of videos. Thank you for listening. Thank you.